Welcome back to the E-Rena. It's day 2 of the 12th annual Okawa Classic, as we'll be bringing you another edition of Huskies basketball here on sportsnetusa.net. I'm Noah Alvarez, joined by Cerwin D, Haynes and Albert Robles on today's broadcast. The Huskies have another tough preseason game tonight as they take on the Raiders from Moorpark College. Both teams announced the starting 5, and we're just about ready for tip-off.
Huskies gotta get it together here because we mentioned yesterday 3 straight games for the Huskies in this classic, in this showcase. 3 straight ranked opponents, all top 10. Moorpark, another top 10 team coming in here. Huskies need to bring a better effort tonight.
Yeah, currently Moorpark is ranked number 6 in the latest 3C2A standings. They did defeat Orange Coast, who is number 3 in the latest standings, so they might be moving on up. However, ELAC controls the tip. On the floor for the Huskies, it's Micaiah Smith who now has the ball, Sasha Capers, Kara Seguchi, and Lupe Vasquez as Smith connects on the 2-point runner.
Interesting change in the lineup today. Micaiah Smith is in, Asia Harris is out on the bench. Coach Turner looking to shake it up.
And for the Moorpark Raiders, it's Rebecca Sadoff driving to the lane hard and converting on the 2 is Success Prysock. Also on the floor is Mika Jarrett.
Seguchi is slow to get up. She's on the floor.
So she took a hard fall. Currently in a seated position. We hope she's all right. But just to round out the 5 for the Moorpark Raiders, Kalista Arzaga, Success Prysock, Mika Jarrett, Rebecca Sadoff, and Rome Falcokia. ELAC enters tonight with a record of 5-10. They fell to Palomar College yesterday. They're currently on a 7-game losing streak. And for the Raiders, they have a record of 11-3 and are currently riding a 6-game win streak. They defeated Orange Coast College last night, 51-50 here at the E-Rena. That was a rather exciting game, very back and forth. Came down to the last couple of seconds, and it was a foul on a 3-point attempt that gave Orange Coast a chance to tie things, but the shooter went 2 for 3 at the line. So that that one that she missed would have tied it and sent it to overtime. However, Moorpark comes out victorious. Currently 11-3, ranked number 6 in the state. Full court pressure here by the Moorpark Raiders. It's Cece Hayden now into the game for the injured Kara Seguchi. Things are all tied up at 2 apiece. Capers gets it across the timeline to Melanie Ramirez. Ramirez from the right side, too strong.
But they did do a good job breaking the press there. Just couldn't get the shot to drop.
Falcokia, mid-range jumper from the right baseline, and she gets it to go.
Huskies seem to be a bit slow with their defensive rotations.
Lupe Vasquez now has it on the left side. She's wearing number 30 tonight. Huskies going in their black uniforms, heading from right to left. Melanie Ramirez all by herself in the far corner. Can't get it to go, but Sasha Capers brings it down. Vasquez is going to let it fly from the top.
In and out, rimmed out.
Tough one right there. And it'll remain in possession of the Huskies underneath the basket. Moorpark is led by head coach Kenny Plummer in his 8th year as the head of the program. Bruce Turner, the head of the Huskies, in his 19th season as Micaiah Smith Euro steps Falcokia and gets the 2-pointer to go on the left side.
Very nice looking Euro step there by Micaiah Smith. You lose the defender, easy lay-in.
As Plummer is a very animated coach, you'll be hearing him throughout the broadcast as he directs traffic for his team. Gets the play calls over to his girls, as now Kalista Arzaga has the ball.
She's also right next to us too, so.
Yeah, we'll be picking up on the mic a little bit. Falcokia tries to go around Smith, but Smith uses her lengths and sends that one out of bounds.
Nice block by Smith. Maybe Coach Turner thinking that Smith can give a little extra defense in the middle, down in the paint.
Sadoff takes a 3 from the right wing, and she gets it to go. She is the leading scorer for this Moorpark Raiders offense, averaging 16 points a game. Capers now has it ahead, dumps it off to Melanie Ramirez. She loses it, Capers amongst the trees of the Raiders defense and can't get it to go.
That shot was off balance from the moment she tried to gather before she shot it even. But again, at least the Huskies are doing a good job breaking that press. And a nice steal and turnover here.
Hayden going the other way. 3-on-2 opportunity for the Huskies. Hayden with the right hand, can't get it to go. Capers there for the offensive rebound. Fight for the loose ball. We're seeing a little bit more hustle from the Huskies early on, though.
Yeah, definitely. That's already their second offensive rebound. We noticed that was a big bugaboo with their game yesterday. Another big bugaboo we have seen there, giving up the corner three, as now Moorpark, who is the quote-unquote home team today, up on the quote-unquote visiting Huskies 10-4.
It was Callista Arzaga who knocked down the three-pointer from the far corner. We saw Palomar knock down a few threes from that same spot as CC Hayden makes a nice dive to the basket. Good assist there by Smith.
CC Hayden moves pretty smoothly on the court. She's got some good speed as well. I think they're going to call a foul on the trip there.
Smith used her body to prevent the drive. A little aggressive on Sadoff. Sadoff had a fantastic night yesterday against Orange Coast College, leading the team in scoring with 16 points, also contributed 6 rebounds and 3 assists in the 51-50 victory. Huskies currently have a 10-6 lead over Moorpark. Moorpark will be inbounding the ball. New substitution to tell you about after this three-point attempt. Rims out for Sadoff. Ends up in possession of Smith. Smith nearly gets this one poked away. Amaya Scott checked into the game now for the Huskies. She's out there with Seguchi, CC Hayden, and Lupe Vasquez. Now this one's tipped away by Prysock. Prysock one-on-one with CC Hayden, a much smaller defender, and they're going to call a late foul. Yeah. The far side referee, Enrique Arroyo, blows the whistle a little late. However, it's a foul on the Huskies.
That was good speed going north-south there. East-west on that one-person fast break by Moorpark. It's one thing to have size, but another thing when you can combine that size with speed.
But she started that fast break by using her length to get in the passing lane, poke that one away from Amaya Scott. So nice. Do it all herself there on that last play.
One thing Coach Turner has told me is one of his philosophies is that he believes taking the open shot. He encourages his ladies, if they're open, shoot it. But at least it seems like this team, at least early on, they're more engineered to go inside with a few exceptions.
Smith drives right. She had Prysock on her, and they're going to call a foul on Prysock.
So Smith returning the favor a little bit. It's good to see Coach Turner bringing in, some freshmen with some size and agility as that first free throw is missed.
Yeah, Micaiah Smith is a freshman from Compton High School. Missed the first free throw. She's shooting 61% from the free throw line.
She's 5'11".
And she's very long, too. 5'11", but probably has a 6'3" or 6'4" wingspan.
Ideal for putting her in the paint, particularly defensively, to be able to gobble up defensive rebounds, maybe also be able to get offensive rebounds as well. Well, also, she seems like she's got some fluidity with her movement, so maybe she's more than just a paint presence.
Sadoff now has the ball on the right wing. Down to 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Moorpark needs to hoist one up. Here's Kalani Peralta for the three, and she gets it to go.
And that kind of has to kill you defensively, where you make the offense work, almost make them burn up all their shot clock, only for them to get an open three at the near very end of it.
And so
Moorpark doing a good job. Finally, almost got the Huskies with the trap that time along the far sideline. CC Hayden got locked up there. One thing about the trap is that coaches like it when you try to trap the sideline, because the sideline acts like a third defender.
So Amaya Scott and Asia Harris are going to check into the game now for the Huskies. They're out there with Scott, Capers, Seguchi, and Vasquez. Capers now dumps it off to Scott, who's at the top, looking to get it to Harris. She quickly double-teamed Good defense there by Prysock again, coming away with
Oh.
another steal. She goes coast to coast, but they're going to call an offensive foul as
Yeah,
she used the arm to extend.
Yeah, she tried to push away Lupe Vasquez on as she was trying to another one-man fast break, and the refs caught that. So offensive foul.
And it's her second personal foul already. We're only 5 minutes into the first quarter, so she's going to hit the bench. She's an impactful player for this Moorpark offense and defense. She stands at 6'1". She has great wingspan as well. Really mans the paint down low for the Raiders on both sides. Vasquez tries to beat the trap, and they're going to call
A block.
a foul on Angelina Santana, who just checked in.
Yeah. She, 23. She wasn't set on the sideline when she denied Vasquez.
It's a quick question, Cerwin.
Yeah.
Are the Huskies the home team or the away team?
Today, they are officially the away team.
Okay, I think the scoreboard guys messed it up because they gave the three-pointer last time to the Moorpark. Regardless, we'll figure out the score eventually, as I think right now it's 13-9.
Yeah, they admitted to the referees before the game that they made an oopsie yesterday, because yesterday the Huskies were supposed to be the quote-unquote road team. So it gives Coach Turner a chance to show off their various road unis.
Now Callista Arzaga drives baseline, gets it to a wide open Sadoff from the top of the key. She gets it to go.
Isn't that her second three today?
It is her second three. She will shoot it if she's open. They definitely have to keep a better body on her.
It was good to see Seguchi back in. Huskies try to break the press. The shot is good by Asia Harris.
Nice job by Harris. Use of a power dribble right there, too, in the paint to set her feet. 16-11 is the score. Arzaga now has it as Moorpark gets into their play set. 15 seconds left on the clock. Sadoff thought about the three-pointer, now gets it back to Arzaga. Arzaga from the top of the key, lets it fly, can't get it to go.
Again, Seguchi brings it up on the far sideline. Good to see her back in.
Vasquez now has it on a cut, round the free throw line. Had Capers open in the corner momentarily, but now she gets it to Harris. Harris from the right side, off the glass, too strong.
Capers off of the board. Just sometimes when you flip it up, you got to be able to put the right type of English on that ball when you're trying to flip it up and get the right bounce off the backboard.
Nice dump off there by Sadoff to Kalkokia, but however, she's unable to capitalize on the two. Looked like it might have been deflected out of bounds. 3:08 left to go here in the first quarter. A reminder, you're watching Huskies basketball here on sportsnetusa.net. Seguchi will bring it up for the Huskies. Momentarily loses it, but it is in Harris's hands. Harris on the floor with Vasquez, Capers, Smith, and Seguchi. Smith wearing number 4, guarded by Sadoff. Tries to Euro at the free throw line. Might have taken an extra step. She gets her own miss from the left side. Gets her second miss, and on the third attempt, she gets it to go.
And that's what the Huskies need. If they're going to pound the paint, they got to be able to be a lot better on the glass today than they were yesterday. And so far, the signs point to that. Got a couple offensive rebounds on that before she got the putback to fall through.
So the Huskies lead 16-13. Sadoff has a wide open mid-range from the free throw line. She converts.
Huskies might want to put a player on her.
She was a member of that 2021 Moorpark team that the Huskies fell to in the postseason. Yep, in double overtime of that second round. They get it ahead to Peralta. Now Sadoff has it on the left side. Peralta, no one around her. Another open three for Moorpark, and they convert. So they gave the three-pointer to the visitor, and I think that's where the confusion is that I was noticing.
Yeah,
21-13.
Yeah, so but thankfully, this is going to take a minute because, again, we're not used to the Huskies being the road team. But we have the great Chris Huerta here from with Scores Table. So Huerta, we know he's got it. So let's see what the...
So 1:56 left to go in the first quarter. Your Huskies, I believe, lead 21-13.
It should be 18-13.
18-13.
Hold on 1 second. Chris, give me 1 second.
So as Cerwin figures out the scoreboard.
21-13 is correct. I was just confirming with our statistician.
So CC Hayden now gets it to Ramirez. Harris gets this one poked away. Ramirez checked into the game for the Huskies along with Hayden. They're out there with Smith, Harris, and Capers. More of a bigger lineup for the Huskies. Capers now has it down low. Tried to kick it out to Harris, but a little miscommunication on where she was going to be at, and it's a turnover.
And the bigger lineup apparently, probably obviously a response to yesterday when the Huskies just got beat badly on the boards. Coach Turner going with a little more size in his lineup today.
So it'll be Mika Jarrett bringing it up for the Moorpark Raiders. Good ball denial there by Ramirez to keep Sadoff away from running point. She's the more experienced guard. Mika Jarrett is a freshman. They do have 3 talented ball handlers on this team. As another three-pointer for Peralta. She gets it to go. Second one of the evening.
Harris was late flashing out defensively to contest. Gave him another open 3.
Hayden traps herself in the corner right here in front of us. And it's a turnover for the Huskies.
Yeah, the trap worked back over back.
So Peralta's out there with Santana, Jarrett, who has the ball, Sadoff, Falcokia, and Peralta. Peralta runs through a series of screens, and they're going to call it offensive foul. A moving screen on Falcokia.
Yep, moving screen. You know whose name we haven't mentioned much so far? The Huskies' leading scorer.
Lupe Vasquez.
So
she is battling an ankle injury. We didn't call much of her name last night either.
She's only 4'13" yesterday, so you know, apparently the ankle was bothering her. Oh, nice reverse layup, but she could not. Was short.
Now
so
Sadoff
with the rebound.
Pushes the tempo over to Peralta. Swings it over to Jarrett, wide open. Thought about the 3. Now going to drive baseline past Harris. However, she's short on the layup. Sadoff dives to the rim.
Gets her own rebound.
Good hustle here by Sadoff. She's not only the best player, but she was one of the hardest working players, too, on Moorpark. The third-year sophomore, as she gets into the play set. She's going to get a double screen here from Santana. And Falcokia tries to get past Capers. 5 seconds left on the clock. Over to Peralta, 3 seconds. She hoisted up, short, and that'll do it for the first quarter. So the scoreboard reads Huskies 24.
Reverse. Reverse.
It's reversed.
Yes, yeah, you reverse. It's Moorpark 24, Huskies 13. As again, the Huskies can't see it at home, but the Huskies are officially the road team today, even though we're home.
So Moorpark has 24. The Huskies have 13. It was a lot more competitive first quarter that we saw compared to last night against Palomar.
Yeah, you see Coach Turner already with certain things he's doing to respond to what happened yesterday. Go a little bit more size. Bring Asia Harris off the bench today. Rebounding, at least until that last series of offensive rebounds by Moorpark, the rebounding early on has been a bit better. Huskies, though, you know, their talent is inside, which is great. But again, like we mentioned yesterday, they need their guards to do something other than bring the ball up. They need the guards to be able to run the offense. Get some open shots for those forwards, those bigs, and maybe able to bury a three-pointer or 2. Coach Turner is not shy about letting his players shoot from deep when they're open. So Huskies trail by 11 here. Let's see what they can do to kind of keep this one from running away from them and stay in it.
And for Moorpark, after watching them beat Orange Coast 51-50, maybe they were caught looking ahead at their last game on the tournament, or maybe underestimating a team like ELAC.
Oh no, I don't think Moorpark would underestimate anyone, let alone ELAC, especially. ELAC is a team that Moorpark plays, even though they're not in the same conference. But ELAC and Moorpark play each other fairly regularly, at least once a year.
Good backdoor cut there by Sadoff, and a nice pass by Santana to feed her. It's 2 points for the Moorpark Raiders. As Ramirez layup underneath the basket, no good. They'll be out of bounds and in possession of the Raiders. Again, here it's the second quarter of action. Day 2 of the Okawa Classic. Game number 3 as the Huskies take on the Moorpark Raiders. ranked number 6 in the state. This one's poked away by Hayden. She has a step on Jarrett on the left side with the right hand. This one's short. And now the Moorpark Raiders are going the other way with it. Jarrett is picked up by Smith. Backs things out now as she waits for the rest of her team. They get into their offensive play set. Very different play style too. Palomar likes to run, 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 shoot, shoot, shoot. Very fast pace. Moorpark a little bit more slow. They like to get into their half-court offense. Use up the entire shot clock if they can. As Sadov drops it off to Falcokia, but nice
block
reach there by Smith.
The recovery block, excellent on the offhand too.
And that's what you want to see from the help defender coming from the corner. Used her left hand to send it out of bounds. 3 seconds left on the shot clock. 9:01 on the game clock. Whistles blow, or referees whistle this one dead before they play. Miscommunication. Lupe Vasquez checks into the game for the Huskies. Sadov's going to run a series of screens. Her three-pointer read rims out. Jarrett now has it. Santana's wide open on the right wing. Too strong. Harris tried to fight for the rebound. It's out of bounds on Falcokia, and it'll be Huskies ball.
A lot of rebounding is just about having proper positioning, body-wise and otherwise. So credit to Asia Harris, even though she didn't get the rebound clearly, but she kept her position.
So Capers now has it at the top as the Huskies get into their play set. Vasquez drives. It looks like the Moorpark Raiders are going to a little bit of zone, clogging up the paint. And after that miss, Jarrett's going the other way with it. This one's tipped off of her leg, and it'll be Husky ball going the other way.
Good job by Hayden. She got a hand in and to poke the ball away and off her knee.
Kara Seguchi will now check into the game for the Huskies. She subs in for CeCe Hayden. Looks like a full court press as Kalista Arzaga forces Seguchi to go to her left. Now swings it over to Capers. Capers brings it over the timeline. Smith long steps there, and she's fouled on the way up. Foul on Falcokia.
Her second personal foul, first team foul. At the line for the Huskies, number 4, Makaya Smith, shooting 2.
Even in yesterday's blowout, the Huskies actually were able to get to the line quite a bit. So they need to make that advantage work for them in this game. And the way to do that is, one, making the free throws. They only hit about, 61%, I believe, yesterday, so they need to do a little better at that today. Those points will help them kind of keep Moorpark at bay in terms of not letting their lead get away. So to make 1 or 2 there.
You like the aggressiveness early on from Smith and Vasquez, but someone else other than those two has to step up and attack the rim, either try and draw some fouls or create some offense for the Huskies.
Well, I think Vasquez, again, we haven't called her name a whole lot. She hasn't taken nearly as many shots as she normally would have at this juncture. Another open 3 by Moorpark as they drain that one. Now lead 29-14.
3 for 3 so far on 3-point attempts early on here in this game. She came off the bench today. She started yesterday against Orange Coast College. Now looks like Moorpark settling into a 2-3 zone. Harris now has it on the right wing. Smith at the top, looking to get it to the high post. Harris on the right side, uses the glass efficiently. Nice turnaround there.
Yeah, nice turnaround bank shot off the glass there. Moorpark going with the zone challenge. Usually the way to bust the zone is to shoot out of it. Huskies haven't shown the ability to do that so far. So we'll see if Moorpark will continue to dare the Huskies to shoot by employing the zone. There's a good steal there by Vasquez.
Intercepts that pass by Boogie Carton. Vasquez now drives to her right. Doesn't have that same explosiveness we're used to seeing on the season. Smith now has it at the free throw line, gets it to Seguchi who cut. Back to Seguchi, left side. Gets past Arzaga and gets the friendly bounce
Very
off the glass.
aggressive drive and layup by Seguchi. Like to see that. As you mentioned, someone else from the Huskies is going to have to step up. Somebody that's not used to scoring at a higher level is going to have to step up. As Vasquez is being used mostly as a decoy.
Another late foul call there, this time by Tommy Loera. He's on the near sideline. He calls that one on Seguchi. Says that she used her body to bump Arzaga on her layup attempt. Coming into the game now for Moorpark, Success Prysock comes in for Rome Falcokia. A lot of length on this Moorpark team as Arzaga knocks down the first one. 30-18 is the score. Moorpark on top. 6:25 left to go in the second quarter. Reminder, you're watching Huskies basketball here on SportsNetUSA.net. Vasquez now brings it up. Smith gets this one taken away from her. Errant pass by Vasquez. Peralta ahead of the pack. Too strong with their left hand. And now the Huskies have an opportunity to get one in transition.
She did everything extremely well on that fast break except make the layup.
Probably her non-dominant hand with the left side. Seguchi now gets it over to Smith, who gets it to Capers. Still 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Harris with an aggressive drive. Couldn't get the friendly roll. Capers was right there. Her third time. That's the second time we've seen
her grab 2 offensive rebounds on the same possession and make it pay.
And that's one thing I've always liked about Sasha Capers' game is she finds a way to weave and slither into the paint and get some offensive rebounds despite her lack of size.
That's why she's listed as a forward. You would basically consider her a power forward.
Now Santana tries to drive past Capers. Good defense here by the Huskies. Arzaga swings it over. Now it's Carton. Boogie Carton for the corner 3. No good. Moorpark still has a 10-point lead. Vasquez on the left side, guarded by Peralta. Vasquez sidesteps. Can't get her layup to go. She came up way short.
Yeah, definitely short. Maybe not having the lift that she's used to enjoying.
They get it down low to Carton, who is cutting towards the rim. Nice pass there by Prysock, but there's going to be a timeout called by Coach Turner. So the 19th year head coach didn't see something he liked, and there will be a timeout with 4:52 left to go here in the second quarter. Huskies trail 30-20 here on SportsNetUSA.net. Noah Alvarez alongside Cerwin D. Haynes and Albert Robles.
Albert playing the quiet role today. So used to hearing you talk, Albert, and chime in and stuff. You know, I kind of miss not hearing your voice.
Well, you know, today, because we got Noah, because we got you,
right?
I get to kind of shy back and really focus on, like, you know, the producing aspect.
Right.
Put on a little bit of a better broadcast.
Nice.
You know, get our scoreboard going. Y'all haven't seen it, but, you know, the viewers at home, like, they get to witness the little replay system that I got set up going on right here. So, like, while we don't have multiple camera angles, you can at least get a nice replay shot of some three-pointers, maybe some other good plays that we got going on.
Albert's a wizard with all this producing technology stuff.
He is. He basically says, listen, you don't have to use me up by talking. I can use my hands and use my wizardry. So I feel you.
Basically, with us two here, we're letting Albert cook.
Yes, let him cook, do his thing.
Let me do my thing. And, like, while there may have been some scoreboard confusion, you know, within the arena, I can guarantee you the scoreboard was mostly correct on my end.
Nice.
Like, despite the fact where I needed to catch up on some points while I was doing some more technical aspects, Moorpark and the Huskies definitely had the correct score, so, like, 90% of the time. So
you're saying that as you are engineering this broadcast and doing multiple things at once on the computer, you're able to keep track of the score, where, say, our scoreboard operator only has to do one thing?
Yes,
as Moorpark hits a three there?
Because while there was, like, a home visitor confusion, to me, it's, to me in the scoreboard for those viewing at home, it's just Huskies and Moorpark. So for me, it's like, oh, cool, like, I already know how I have it set. You know, for the scoreboard, push a button for Huskies, push a button for Moorpark.
Well, the scoreboard operator only has to push a button too. Couple buttons.
But, like, for him it's flipped. For me it's not. It's already pre-programmed in. Like, it's good.
Okay. Nice. So being a very
political. As I'm behind by 3 points for Moorpark, so let me just add some 3 points for them on that side.
Doing all right. As Asia Harris now at the line for the Huskies.
It's 21 points now, by the way. That just went up.
It was a good drive by CeCe Hayden. She dumped it off for Harris. She couldn't get the layup, but she did draw contact. Connected on the first one. 1 for 2 on the trip. As Sadoff rips this one away and secures the board. 33-21 is the score in favor of Moorpark. Looks like 2 screens are coming for her. One right and one to the left. Now Peralta has it in the middle. A lot of movement here by the Moorpark offense. Backdoor
Good
cut.
steal by Hayden.
But Hayden had the sticky fingers, and now she's running the other way. Just like a corner you would see on the football field, intercepting a pass. Hayden able to anticipate the pass.
And stuck in her hand in there at the last minute.
Vasquez tries to go left. Capers now takes a long two. Her foot was on the line, and it's a two-pointer as Tommy Loera points to the scoreboard.
But you know what? Even though it was a two-pointer, it was a good shot by Capers to show that she's extended her range since last season.
And hopefully that allows the Moorpark defense to spread out a little bit too as they respect the outside game by the Huskies.
Again, the Huskies, looks like they're not necessarily a team built on making or taking a lot of threes. So they're definitely going to need to, if they're not going to take a lot of threes and make a lot of threes, they're definitely going to need to guard the perimeter a little better. So far, they're only down 10, so they're doing a little better this game than they did yesterday.
33-23 is the score. It'll be Huskies ball after that air ball three.
Yeah, you're looking at Lupe Vasquez on the near side here, wondering about how much her ankle's bothering her, if they're using her more as a decoy. You can see that the defensive pressure, the defensive focus whenever she has the ball is definitely there by Moorpark.
Vasquez takes a three from the top of the arc. No good, but Smith's right there. Taken away by Santana.
Actually fell down. It's very unfortunate.
Peralta now has it. Dumps it off for Sadoff. Sadoff slashes to the lane.
Almost lost it. Got it back. Moorpark moves the ball around the perimeter.
Prysock now has it to Sadoff. Sadoff wasn't expecting the ball. It was a nice cut and a good idea by Prysock, but it's a turnover on the Raiders.
As you hear the Moorpark head coach yelling at them to make easy passes. That one, the idea was there, but it wasn't what you would call an easy pass because you're trying to pass the ball one way as the player is cutting the other way on the baseline. So if you miss that pass, it's out of bounds. Turnover is exactly what happened.
ELAC winning the turnover battle too, as Moorpark has 8 turnovers in comparison to ELAC's 6. Still early on in the game. 2:17 left to go in the second. Going to remain Husky ball as this one was poked away from Harris.
Yeah, it was actually deflected upon the entry pass. Cato's trying to make an entry pass into Harris. Raiders got a couple hands on it.
So Vasquez in the game for the Huskies with Hayden, Smith, Capers, and Harris. Hayden tries to drive past Jarrett, leaves it for Harris, who dribbles around now. 8 seconds left on the shot clock. Capers beyond the arc, dumps it off for Smith, and Smith didn't grab it cleanly, and it's a turnover for the Huskies. Mika Jarrett leaves it for Sadoff, who has a wide open three. It's no good, and Capers grabs the rebound. She'll slow things down as the Moorpark does get back in transition very well. Very strong defensive team. Huskies overloaded on the right side as Vasquez tries to drive baseline, kicks it to Harris. Free throw line jumper, no good.
Off the side rim, Moorpark with the rebound.
And there's Sadoff again, grabbing another rebound. She's very active, even from her point guard position. Does a little bit of everything for this Moorpark Raiders.
You know, Huskies only down 10, but they're getting chances here to kind of to whittle away the lead. If they can just get some good shot attempts and make some of them.
Here's a nice runner.
Not allow that, which is a nice little baby runner off. That was a bank shot off the glass.
Yeah, nice touch there by Mika Jarrett. Hayden now blows past her defender. In transition, can't get it to go, a little too strong. Harris a little too handsy there. I thought she had a chance to get a jump ball. However, it's a foul, and it'll be Moorpark ball. Now checking into the game is Adriana Solozano. She's wearing number 21 today. Yesterday she was wearing number 0 in the new green uniforms. Today they're wearing the blacks, and so she's wearing number 21 today. 45 seconds left on the game clock here in the second quarter. Mika Jarrett drives baseline with Hayden all over her. Offensive foul as she extended her left arm to try and create space. And a little too aggressive on the push. That was Yvette Perry on the call.
So 37 seconds left. Defense has been better effort so far this first half. Huskies just need to convert on some of these layups. Some of the shot attempts not been too bad, but then again, things like that happen where the Huskies have the ball taken away from them. They're able to get a jump ball. See with the possession. Arrow goes to Moorpark.
So it's Sadoff who took the ball away from Smith. Sadoff hit the deck. And with 24 seconds left, the shot clock is turned off, so Moorpark could hold it for the last shot of the first half. Again, they have a 12-point lead. 35-23 is the score. A reminder, you're watching Huskies basketball here on SportsNetUSA.net. Huskies looking to end their 7-game losing streak. As Sadoff drives past Sorlizano, draws the bump, and gets the bucket to go. She had a good, quick first step, dribbling to her right. And all Sorlizano could do was try and put a body on her to throw her off from her layup attempt. There's 7 seconds left on the game clock.
Free throw's good. Huskies for 6.9, try to get the ball up the court and try to get a quick shot off. We were talking about maybe Huskies trying to make their move only being down 10. Instead, it was Moorpark that started to make their move and increase their lead to 15 with 5 seconds left. Hayden looking, she's going to drive it. Instead, it's stolen away by Moorpark, and they're just going to dribble it out to the halftime buzzer.
A very good first half by Rebecca Sadoff. She has 16 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, shooting 6 of 10 from the field, and she currently leads the Raiders to a 38-25 lead here at the end of the first half. A reminder, you are tuning into Huskies basketball here on SportsNetUSA.net. It's day 2 of the Okawa Classic. A lot of great action this weekend, and more great action tomorrow coming up as well. So be sure to tune in. I believe the Huskies play at 6 p.m. tomorrow. 6 p.m. tomorrow.
They'll play the final
Orange
game
Coast
tomorrow, yes.
So everything starting an hour earlier tomorrow, correct?
Yes. Speaking of Orange Coast, their longtime SID, Tony Altabelli, is here with us.
Nice.
Yeah, it's just him sitting up in the corner trying to be all inconspicuous.
So hi to Tony Altabelli and anybody else listening in from Orange Coast.
Oh, apparently the reason why he made the trip up here is because Orange Coast did lose that nail biter to Moorpark yesterday. So they believe that he is their good luck charm.
Ah, okay. Yes, it was a nail biter.
As Orange Coast, after this game, Orange Coast is going to take on the #1 team in the state, which is the Butte Roadrunners. So
yes.
That's going to be a big-time highlight game.
And it's a rematch of last year's state championship.
It is.
Orange Coast came out victorious last year against Butte, and it was the only loss on Butte's record last season. So I'm sure there's still a lot of sour feelings towards Orange Coast College if you're a member of the Butte College team. Definitely one to make it out to if you can make it to the E-Rena. Still have plenty of time as you have all of halftime and the second half here at the game between ELAC and Moorpark. But the score remains 38-23 here at half. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back with some halftime stats and let you guys enjoy your halftime. Catch you guys in a bit. back here at the E-Rena. Moorpark currently has a 38-23 lead over your ELAC Huskies. As we're just about ready for the second half of action, both teams are huddled up along their bench. So Moorpark has 38 points. They're shooting 48% from the field. ELAC, on the other hand, only shooting 32% from the field. Not a three-point shooting team as they're 0 for 3 in their 3 attempts. Moorpark 8 of 15 from beyond the arc. Some key stats to look out for, though. The Huskies have done a lot better of, one, keeping the rebound battle close and also limiting the turnovers. They have 9 turnovers in comparison to the Raiders' 9 turnovers. And they're losing the rebound battle, but only by 1, 20-19, and they've only allowed 6 offensive rebounds. This is a team that allowed 23 offensive rebounds to Palomar College last night. So a much better performance by Coach Turner's squad. They still find themselves down by 15 as they haven't been able to get all the shots that they want to go. This one's tipped out off of Ramirez, and it was Sadoff who tipped it away from Ramirez, so it'll be Moorpark ball to open up the second quarter. Again, I'm Noah Alvarez, joined by Albert Robles, and Cerwin D. Haynes will be joining us in just a sec. As there's a dribble handoff action. This one's blocked by Smith. Again, Smith uses her length very effectively as Prysock dashes out an angle to the rim. 9:47 left to go in the third. You're watching Huskies basketball here on SportsNetUSA.net. Sadoff on the right wing. Thought about the 3, now takes a mid-range. Long rebound goes to Ramirez. Ramirez gets it past the timeline. She's on the floor with Vasquez, Harris, Smith, and Capers. So a much bigger lineup on the floor for Coach Turner. Harris has it, spins to her left. Too strong on the short-range bunny. And it'll be Moorpark ball going the other way with it. They dump it off to Falcokia. Falcokia got hit, and it's an and-one opportunity as she was able to endure the contact and connect on the 2. Again, Moorpark 11-3, riding a 6-game win streak. And they're currently the 6th-ranked team in the state of California. They could be moving on up after defeating Orange Coast last night by a score of 51-50. Falcokia capitalizes on the 3-point opportunity, so it's 41-23 in favor of Moorpark. Ramirez now has the ball for the Huskies. Vasquez gets a screen from Capers. 14 seconds left on the shot clock. They swing it over to Capers. Capers gets this one momentarily poked away. 8 seconds left. Capers, mid-range jumper, no good, hits the backboard. And now it's intercepted by Capers as Sadoff intended that pass to get it ahead to Jarrett, and it results in 2 points for the Huskies. So 41-25 is the score, back to a 16-point game. Mika Jarrett on the floor with Success Prysock, Rome Falcokia, Rebecca Sadoff, and Callista Arzaga. As they get it down low to Prysock, she's on the left block. Smith giving her lots of room.
And too much room. She had to recover late on the shot attempt and end up fouling her.
So the foul was on Asia Harris.
Second team foul. Success Prysock at the line.
Success Prysock will go to the line for 2 free throws. The 6-foot sophomore from Alamani High School. Misses the first one. One for 2 on the trip. 42-25 is the score in favor of Moorpark. Vasquez gets it ahead to Ramirez, who saved it from going out of bounds. This one's poked away by Jarrett. Good hands there by the defender, the freshman.
You know, in college
from
ball,
Oxnard High School.
You know, in college ball, it's often stated that you win with your backcourt. And right now, that's one of the big differences for Moorpark is their backcourt.
Melanie Ramirez takes the 3 from the right wing. She can't get it to go. Rebounded by Prysock. And Jarrett saves it from going out of bounds. 7:52 left to go here in the third quarter. Jarrett drives past Capers and with the left hand gets it to go.
Nice power, nice little power duck and under move to drive to the basket unimpeded to get past Capers.
Ramirez takes the three from the corner, and she gets it to go, so she responds. Big three-pointer there. It's the first three-pointer made by the Huskies.
And with a 16-point deficit, they may need to make a few more.
Melanie Ramirez and Kara Seguchi, along with Lupe Vasquez, are the three best shooters on the floor for the, not on the floor, but on the team for ELAC. Sadoff now drives through Ramirez. No foul called there as Ramirez hit the deck. Fight for the loose ball. It is in the hands of Falcokia, but she stepped on the line, so it'll be out of bounds. Husky ball.
Could be one of those things where ball don't lie. Looks like the Huskies might have suffered incidental contact, or at best or at worst a no call, but they really knocked the ball out of bounds. Speaking of which, Moorpark knocks the ball out of Asia Harris's hands, but off of the Raiders, so the Huskies will retain possession.
Just under 7 minutes left to go here in the third quarter. Moorpark has a 44-28 lead. ELAC battling very tightly with them. Ramirez thought about the three. She got closed out very quickly on. Vasquez
Raiders.
got bumped and loses possession of the ball. She checks in on her ankle as well, so again, not the same type of quickness and explosion we're used to seeing here.
That and the fact that Moorpark's not taking any chances of her being hampered on the entry. She's often seeing two defenders flash at her whenever she does have the ball, looks to make a move.
So it'll be Callista Arzaga bringing up the ball for the Raiders. She's picked up by CC Hayden. ELAC stayed in their man-to-man defense as Capers on Jarrett. Falcokia running the offense through Moorpark as she drives right, gets her shot blocked again. That's 4 blocks for Smith, and she uses her length to really deny any offensive player from attacking the rim. So Jarrett will inbound the ball from underneath the basket on the left side. Ooh, there's a hard foul there by Harris as Prysock did a nice job of getting both defenders up in the air. I don't think she saw where Harris was, and she crashed into her shoulder. Glad everyone is all right on the play. That's the third team foul by the Huskies in this second half.
Sometimes the differences in teams' play styles can lend it to an advantage or disadvantage. Moorpark drives in, gets the offensive board, no good, and shot, ball goes off. It'll still retain possession for Moorpark. This style of play from Moorpark a little different from what we saw yesterday with Palomar. Palomar very much running gun. Moorpark more of a half-court team. They'll take their threes as they've taken them and made them, but they're more of a half-court team. They like to run their half-court sets. They like their screens. They like their ball movement. Their give and goes.
Yeah, a lot of good half-court offense displayed here by Moorpark, and it's a three-pointer, no, a two, as Tommy Loer points to the scores keeper. A two-pointer as Jarrett's foot was on the line. 46-28 is the score. It's the biggest lead that Moorpark has had on the evening. Hayden dumps it off for Smith, who takes a long two. Off the glass, bank still open.
I don't know if Sienna Hayden is known for her outside shooting, but if she does have an outside shot, this would be the game to show it, because she can open up things and change the reflection of this game if she can at least threaten to take a few three-pointers.
As Capers comes away with the steal. Nice hands there by Capers. Hayden ahead of the pack, tries to attack Falcokia, and it's a block by the Moorpark defense. So to remain Huskies possession, they trail by 16. 2 substitutions to tell you about for the Raiders, as Kehlani Peralta and Angelina Santana will check into the game.
So if you're just looking at the style of the game, the Huskies seem to be faring a little bit better than yesterday, but yet they still find themselves down by double digits. Smith makes a move, her step through, lay-in is good.
And she's done a really nice job on that. We've seen her a couple times tonight and last night using those long legs to step through defenders like that.
She's got the length to go along with the height. She's 5'11".
Amaya Scart guarding Success Prysock. Now Peralta swings it to Sadoff. She takes a step back, dumps it off to Prysock, and a nice positioning there by the big.
Caught Scott out of position there. In the paint on defense.
Hayden has the ball on the left side, guarded by Rebecca Sadoff. As the Huskies get into their play set. Again, looks like the Moorpark Raiders are going with their 2-3 zone. Fight for the rebound between Vasquez and Jarrett. It'll stay with the Huskies as it bounced off Jarrett's leg. And Coach Turner is going to take a timeout. 4:26 left to go in the third. Huskies trail 48-32. Reminder, you are watching Huskies basketball here on SportsNetUSA.net. And as you mentioned earlier, Cerwin, this slower style of play able to keep the Huskies more intact despite the score being a little bit out of hand, but not as hand as we saw last night compared to the pace that Palomar was playing at.
Yeah, last night was definitely a blitz. But the thing is that sometimes the style of play can kind of also mask the score in terms of how close the team is. Yeah, you know, we're at 48-32, not what you would call a high scoring affair with 4:26 left in the third quarter. But make no mistake, Moorpark is dominating the style of play and the pace of play. So sometimes that's just as important, almost as important as the scoreboard itself. Because sometimes some teams a 20-point lead is not as safe as some other teams with maybe a 16, 18-point lead.
So Maya Scott inbounds the ball. They get it down low and back to Scott. Oh, she missed the layup on the right side. It was a good opportunity for the Huskies to get two. Nice play design there by Coach Turner. Yeah. And they're going to call it traveling on Prysock.
I saw too many steps trying to establish her footing, receiving that pass. And she's a little hesitant trying to kick the ball out to the perimeter.
They get it to head to Hayden. Hayden has a step on Santana. Kicks it out to Scott. Scott long on the mid-range jumper.
Unfortunate air ball there.
Vasquez picks up Jarrett, but it leaves Peralta wide open in the corner.
Huskies fortunate that she missed that.
Moorpark on the day shooting 8 of 16, so 50% from beyond the arc. They're not a strong three-point shooting team today, but they've gotten a lot of open looks.
Listen, any coach will take 50% shooting from downtown.
Hayden drives past her defender, and it's Santana who comes in with the body, and she is marked with the foul.
Hayden, 5'4" freshman out of Bakersfield, obviously smaller than the forwards and bigs of Moorpark when she goes and drives into the lane. She's able to draw a foul there. That's one thing that she can do. But some of the other drives, she also needs to make a free throw. She missed that first one. But some of the other drives, she runs the risk of getting her shot blocked because she's taking it in against players who are 5'9", 5'10", 5'11", with long arms.
She missed the first one. Here's the second one. She gets it to go. 48-33 is the score. Huskies trail by 15. Just over 3.5 minutes left to go in the third quarter. Mika Jarrett almost gets this one taken away by Hayden. We've seen that a few times last night and tonight, as Hayden does have very good speed and quickness, and it does result in a turnover for the Huskies. Capers now has it to Smith. Smith from the free throw line, no good. And Peralta going the other way with it.
That's where maybe the health of Lupe Vasquez comes into question, because that would have been a definite better shot for Vasquez to take. Better shooting form she has. She would have been, most likely she should have made that shot. Another open three corner, no good. The rebound is battled about, but there's a foul call. Looks like we'll stay here. The Huskies.
And it's a foul on Adriana Solizano as she got caught reaching. And going back to Lupe Vasquez, she converted on 29 points in their first matchup back on November 10th. The Huskies came out victorious by a score of 69-55, and you got to think the Huskies are trailing by 15 right now, but if she was fully 100% healthy, you would maybe say that she would contribute at least 12 to 13 points to the cause right now as it stands.
And it would be a different looking game all around.
As Sadoff takes a three from the right wing, too much space as Vasquez couldn't get under the screen quick enough. Extends the lead back to 18 points for the Raiders. Capers now has the ball, slows things down. Vasquez has it on the left side. Dealing with their hobbled ankle, and this one time she gets hit from the back by Sadoff. Costly foul there, and Vasquez will go to the line for 2.
Foul on Moorpark number 21, Rebecca Sadoff.
On the
Vasquez able to draw a foul on one of the leading scorers for Moorpark.
Sadoff does have 19 points thus far in the evening. Vasquez has yet to score, so a chance for her to get her first points of the evening here at the charity stripe.
That's kind of shocking to say. You know, Huskies leading scorer coming into yesterday averaging 23, better than 23 a game. Today has not scored anything yet. First free throw is good, so she's fouling on the board. Lupe Vasquez.
Leading scorer for the Huskies thus far is Micaiah Smith. She has 12 points, 5 of 10 shooting from the field.
We mentioned yesterday, have a feature story up on the ELAC Athletics website on Lupe Vasquez. She played 2 years ago at Pasadena City College, and she was their leading scorer, and she's transferred to us here. But Lupe also plays for the Salvadorian team.
Yes.
In Latin basket, so she's a professional, a semi-pro.
That's got to be pretty cool, too. You know, that experience probably translate here very well at the community college level. I'm not sure what that Latin basketball league competition is like, but, you know, she's probably playing against people much older than her. So when she comes back to this level, I'm sure she feels a lot more experience in certain areas on the court here.
That, and she's playing with and against former top-tier Division I players.
Right.
You know, you got players from the, you know, they say the Power 5, you know, Big Ten, ACC, SEC. So she's playing with and against alumni in that league from that come out of those great schools and great programs. So she's playing with and against a high-level competition overseas.
2 minutes left here in the third quarter. Huskies trail by 16 as Vasquez does convert 2 for 2 at the free throw line. Checking into the game for the first time is McKenna Melito for the Raiders. She's wearing number 5. They swing it over to Kalani Peralta, who's been hot from beyond the arc. A rare miss by her. Vasquez rips the ball away. Now Sorlazano has the ball in the corner. Again, trying to get Vasquez open. Success. Prysock is guarding Vasquez. She tries to go left. Dumps it off for Sorlazano. Now Harris has it on the right block, and this one's tipped away by the smaller Jarrett.
See, Lupe there trying to figure out what to do. She only won a few times. She only had one defender on her. Try to do a little driving kick to Solazano. Solazano inbounds to Capers.
1:20 left to go here in the third quarter. Here's a heave by Sorlazano. This one's no good, and Prysaw comes away with the rebound.
It's a good open look there. One of those shots that the Huskies going to come back in this one. They need to be able to take and make.
As Coach Kenny Plummer relaying the offensive play call to the offense.
Tell them to relax, be able to focus on setting up their offense. They have the lead, so time's on their side.
Jarrett now has it with 4 seconds left on the shot clock. She chucks up a 3, didn't hit anything. And so it does go out of bounds, but it would have been a shot clock violation regardless. So a turnover for the Huskies. As Rome Falcochia will check back into the game for Moorpark. Success Prysock will hit the bench. So the 5 on the court, Mika Jarrett, Kaylani Peralta, McKenna Melito, Angelina Santana, and Rome Falcochia for the Raiders. Vasquez tries to blow past her defender, and her defender was very handsy, so that'll be a foul on Melito.
Albert, that's your saying. You want to copyright that, Handsy?
I don't believe so.
You sure?
It's a nice adjective.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a good way to describe things.
Albert coined that one during football season.
I say a lot of things. It's going to be hard for me to keep track of them.
So Lozano has it. 25 seconds left on the game clock, 13 seconds left on the shot clock. Capers trying to back down smaller Melito. Seguchi thought about the 3, now takes one as she steps back. It misses everything. Peralta now pushing the tempo. 11 seconds left on the game clock. Peralta stumbles, has the ball, and Coach Plummer is able to call a timeout with 6 seconds left on the game clock. 51-35 is the score.
That's a smart timeout by Coach Plummer, because the way the Raiders were kind of scrambling, they were basically off balance on the floor, trying to at least keep the ball from out of the Huskies' hands. It wouldn't have had enough time to be able to set up a proper offensive set for a shot. So Coach Plummer takes advantage, takes the timeout. Good timeout there by Moorpark. Now they'll have 6 seconds, which is actually plenty of time for them to establish, get a good shot off.
So for the Huskies, if you look at the quarter-by-quarter box score, they've improved every quarter, but they still have yet to win a quarter. They have a chance to do so here. In the first quarter, they were outscored 24-13, and then in the second quarter, 14-10. They're somehow able to force a turnover. Moorpark currently leading this quarter 13-12. So they're closing the gap, however, you have yet to win a quarter. They inbound the ball to Santana. Jarrett runs through her. Santana, with 2 seconds left on the shot clock, is forced to hoist one up. Can't get it to go, and so the end of the third quarter, Moorpark has a 51-35 lead over your ELAC Huskies. A reminder, you are watching the 12th annual Okawa Classic here on SportsNetUSA.net.
And we have a bit of a programming surprise to announce.
Is it official?
Yes, it is. Of course, payment.
Cerwin, are we going to have some bonus basketball?
Yes,
Oh.
yes, we are. Very much bonus basketball, as we're going to have a rematch of the 3C2A state title game from last spring. There's Butte College, the Roadrunners from Butte College, and it's going to be the defending champion, Pirates of Orange Coast College, will face off here next.
Cerwin,
yes.
you got a printer? We're going to need a printer, all right, after the game for rosters.
Oh yeah, I'll have to run to the office for that, or maybe if Chris Worker is kind enough to let me use some of his ink that he just got a fresh setup. I have the paper, so yes, we'll definitely be printing out rosters for that. But yeah, bonus basketball here at the Okawa Classic. Number 2 versus number 3 in the state.
Yes. And
championship rematch.
And Orange Coast is going to come with a little bit more motivation after losing last night to Moorpark. They don't want to go 0 for 2 in their first 2 days here at the Okawa Classic.
Now, they're taking this serious because they imported their SID up from Orange Coast. Tony Altobelli is here in the stands. He told me that his team believes that he's a good luck charm and facing the number 2 team in the state.
So it's the fourth quarter here
everything they can get.
between Moorpark and ELAC, as this first three-pointer no good. Long rebound, though, ends up in Raiders' possession.
Huskies need all the effort they can get. They need to be able to
looks like the Huskies are going to a zone. You don't see Coach Turner result to the zone too often. It's a 2-3. Sadoff swings it to Arzaga. Tries to get it down low, and it's a kick ball by Vasquez.
That should probably set the clock back to 14, I believe, the shot clock.
That was right off her injured ankle, too, so she might be feeling that one a little bit.
We saw that last night as well against
20
Palomar.
seconds, excuse me.
9:27 left to go here in the fourth quarter. Huskies looking to mount a comeback, or at least win a quarter.
Well, this is the last quarter, so they're going to need to do more than a little more than win a quarter.
Rebecca Sadoff.
Yeah, they definitely need to get some stops, and they need to score, and they're going to get score in bunches rather quickly.
It swung around to Sadoff. Sadoff's 3 rims out. Harris grabs the strong rebound, and it's Seguchi going the other way with it. Capers will set a screen for Seguchi. Seguchi gets this one poked away as she hits the deck. Sadoff with a 4-on-2 fast break, but Coach Kenny Plummer instructs her to hold up and slow things down.
No, I was starting to say it in the third quarter, Noah, is that usually in college ball it's said that you win with your backcourt. And we're seeing evidence of that because right now, Moorpark, their backcourt is outperforming the Huskies' backcourt in terms of playmaking and shot making.
And the Moorpark Raiders do have a very effective trio of guards. You count Azarga, Sadoff, and Jarrett as the 3 guards who handle the ball well. are able to dictate the offense and the pace that the Moorpark Raiders move at. 53-35 is the score. Just over 8 minutes left to play. Vasquez takes a mid-range from the right elbow and gets it to go. 4 points now on the evening for the leading scorer for the Huskies.
And if anyone is going to heat up to try to get the Huskies back into this, you would think it would be Vasquez. Maybe she can block that pain out of her ankle and try to do some more scoring.
Sadoff now has it. Gets it to Falcokia. Again, wide open in the corner is Sadoff, and that's not the player you want to leave open as she buries the three from downtown.
Just as I was about to say, the Huskies have gotten Moorpark to cool off a bit from three. Good interior pass to Harris, who lays it in. Good pass there by Smith.
Good positioning there by the big one. As
well, they're both technically big ones. They're both considered forward centers. So big to big. You like to see big passing, interior passing, your bigs be able to pass in the paint.
now here's Arzaga in the far corner. She gets it to Falcokia, who dives towards the middle. Too strong on her layup attempt, and good hustle there by Capers to save it from going out of bounds. Suguchi now pushing the tempo.
Yeah, but the guards here, I think they're going to need to do a little bit more to just bring the ball up and push the tempo. They're going to need to try and take some outside shots here. It's going to get to the point where the clock's going to go against the Huskies.
Long two missed there by Smith. Tipped out by Capers, but it ends up in the hands of Sadoff. Again, in Moorpark in no hurry to execute their offense. Looking to chew as much time off the clock as they can.
6:22 and counting. Just working the ball around the perimeter.
Nice drive there by Sadoff, and it's Harris who swats this one away, but it'll remain in Moorpark possession.
She almost saved it, but she stepped out of bounds right before she can shovel the pass back into Harris. So, like we mentioned before, this is the type of game you say, hey, the Huskies, they could just put a nice little 7-point run in. It would change the complexion of this game, but again, the time's starting to slowly run out on them to do that. They get the steal in a fast break. Hayden's going to take it herself. Layup is good.
And that's how much the defense for the Raiders respect Vasquez. It was Arzaga who stayed with Vasquez beyond the arc instead of picking up the CC Hayden, who was leading the fast break. A lot of respect given to one of the state's leading scorers.
Well, if you see her shooting stats, you understand why on the season.
Here's a missed layup there by Rebecca Sadoff as she tried to go left. Hayden now going the other way with it.
And Huskies going to get to the point they're going to have to start scoring quickly.
This one's tipped off of Vasquez's knee. She saves it from going out of bounds. Goes baseline, aggressive move there. She comes up hobbling. Valiant effort there by Vasquez to get the two.
Yeah, that was tough. She had to gut that one up against the sideline and against her ankle.
They brought the deficit now to 13 points. It's the lowest it's been in a while. As Arzaga gets two screens, goes right, dumps it off to Prysock. Wide open at the top is Santana, however. She keeps the ball moving. It's Sadoff who takes a step back. Two. She gets it to go.
Smith kind of got buried in between a couple of screens there. Couldn't get out in time to contest that shot.
It's a tough thing to do, too, when you're exerting so much energy on offense to have to run through all those screens on defense. Not an easy thing to do, especially when your teammates don't help and alert you when the screens are coming.
Also, when you have to pick up the scoring slack when one of your big scorers is hurt and hobbled.
Capers sets a nice screen for Hayden. Dumps it off to Harris. Harris lost it and then tried to turn around. It was too strong on the attempt.
Not sure what happened there with Harris, why she wasn't in a proper position to catch that pass clean. It was a good dump-off pass by Hayden. If she had dumped that clean, she would have had better position to put that layup up.
Arzaga gets double-teamed off the screen. Now it's Sadoff who backdoor cuts Sasha Capers as she was ball watching. Nice pass there by Arzaga, and it's a timeout called by Coach Turner, as he has a few words for referee Tommy Loera. I think he called that timeout a little earlier.
So it's going to be a full timeout. But Coach Turner not happy after seeing his team get beat on that backdoor play there. Again, it's not what you would necessarily call a blowout, but Moorpark definitely controlling it. Every time even think the Huskies, okay, we get a couple baskets in a row. As hard fought as the baskets have been for the Huskies tonight, Moorpark seems to always have an answer. Huskies only shooting better, a little better than 35% from the field. I mean, most nights that's just not going to get it done. Moorpark's not shooting great themselves, but a little better at about 42%.
And they're also shooting 43% from 3, too. They haven't shot a whole lot of them.
Not in the second half, no.
No, not in the second half. But in the first half, they were able to convert on a lot of them.
They did, and that's how it helped build the lead. And so like the style of play right now is basically enabling them to kind of like maintain the pace that they want. And I can't say they're looking to really just blow the Huskies out of the water, try to blow them out of the water and put this game away early. But I don't want to also say they're content, but they're playing the game they need to play at the pace they want to play at right now. That's what it looks like.
So Amaya Scott just checked in for the Huskies. She inbounds the ball to Cece Hayden. Also into the game is Melanie Ramirez, Asia Harris, and Lupe Vasquez. They're going to call an offensive foul. I believe that's on number 3, Melanie Ramirez.
She got frustrated being caught up on the sideline there.
And they're going to call a technical on Ramirez.
Oh, she's not happy.
Not happy at all, as Enrique Arroyo is the one who teed her up. She has to be careful here as she still has some words to say for Enrique Arroyo.
Yeah, that's when you need your teammates to kind of back you away a little bit from the referee, as now she's going to come out for Solozano.
So Kelani Peralta will take the free throw. Misses the first one.
Or maybe not. I thought maybe she's coming out, but she's just on the sideline.
Boogie Carton checked into the game for Moorpark. She's on the floor with Peralta, Prysock, Falcokia, and Jarrett.
Okay, so Ramirez is now indeed coming out for Solozano. Again, she looked like she got bottled up on that sideline and just responded in anger and frustration and kind of shoved one of the defenders out of the way. Got called for offensive foul and didn't like the call, probably is not liking how the night's going, just frustration showing by.
Jarrett runs through a series of screens. Turnaround jumper, no good. A little too strong on her attempt, and it's Hayden going the other way.
One thing Huskies got to work on, Solozano swings this one from 3, hits the front of the rim, and falls out of bounds. One thing, hopefully, maybe Coach Curran can do in the next few days, not just tomorrow, but maybe next few days of practice, is try to find a way to get his team some easier looks.
This shot is missed, but on the rebound attempt, Prysock fouled Hayden. And they're going to call a loose ball foul on Prysock.
And good job on Hayden by not reacting to that hard foul. Understanding the situation.
So Hayden will get the inbound from Vasquez. 61-43 is the score as Moorpark leads over ELAC. This one's tipped as she tried to get it over to Sorlozano, but she comes to grab the ball. Harris has positioning down low on the right side. Hayden trying to dance around Peralta with the right hand underneath. Nice scoop layup there.
Definitely have the skills to be able to drive to get to the basket. Hayden does.
Carton swings it over to Peralta. Sorlozano tries to take this one away, and she does. She hits the floor, tries to get it to one of her teammates. Hayden now has it. 4-on-3 opportunity for the Huskies as Hayden goes up with the runner. And they're going to call a foul on the floor on the rebound. Boogie Carton called for the foul on, I believe that was Asia Harris going for the rebound. Coming into the game for the Raiders now is Makina Melito. This one goes to Smith. Smith kicks it right back out to Scott. Baseline jumper is good. 61-47 is the score. A 14-point deficit the Huskies face as Coach Plummer directs the offense here from his sideline position. Again, Moorpark, the number 6th ranked team in the state in the latest CCCAA rankings.
So after tomorrow's game against the reigning champion Orange Coast College, the Huskies will have about 12 days off before the next game in the new year in the calendar. Is that three-pointer is no good. Solozano gets the rebound. I think Solozano's given some pretty decent minutes here for Coach Turner. Just not quite enough. The Huskies find themselves down 14. That three-pointer is no good, but the Huskies get the offensive rebound. Solozano again. So again, Solozano doing a bunch of good things on the court.
And as you mentioned, in a game like this, Coach Turner might look at the film and be like, hey, Solozano maybe deserves some more minutes, especially early on in the game. Just under 2 minutes left to go here in the final quarter. Again, it's day 2 of the Okawa Classic. This one doesn't hit anything.
Yeah. So Huskies, like I said, after tomorrow, the Huskies will have about 12 days of, off before they host Cerritos here January 10th.
And that'll be a crossover challenge, correct? Both men's and women's?
It'll be a crossover challenge. As you know, in basketball, the South Coast Conference is split into North and South. So we're in the South Coast Conference North, and the likes of, say, Cerritos, El Camino, Long Beach, and Long Beach are in South Coast Conference South. So it'll be won't be considered conference games, but crossover. But those 12 days hopefully give Turner a chance to get a couple more players healthy, have them work on some things. That turnaround is no good by Harris.
But overall, a big improvement from yesterday's game to tonight. So whatever Coach Turner said after the game and ahead of tonight's game definitely worked.
Well, I mean, yes, in the fact that they didn't get blown out by 30, and there are certain areas that they did give a little bit better effort. For example, on the rebounding, they're still behind on, they're still down on the rebounding. They still trail, but to Moorpark, but it's not as egregious as it was yesterday. So at least they did. It is a fast break layup there by Moorpark. That puts the exclamation point on this one. So as we were mentioning in the third quarter, we got bonus basketball coming up for you guys. This matchup was too good for us. We decided this matchup was too good for us to not put on streaming and be televised or streamed. It'll be the rematch of last year's championship game, state championship game, where the Pirates of Orange Coast College will take on the Roadrunners of Butte College.
Both these teams are ranked in the top 5. Butte ranked number 1 in the latest standings, and Orange Coast ranked number 3.
Butte actually told me that they just went, because of their loss yesterday, they just went down to number 2. Now Mount Sac, which is in our conference here, is number 1. So, but either way, 2 versus 3, 1 versus 3. They're still still excellent teams. They're the finalists from last year, facing off again here at our gym. And we made a few phone calls, and we decided that game would be too good not to stream and not to air. So you will have bonus basketball.
Yeah, so the final in this one, 65-47. Your Huskies fall short to the Moorpark Raiders. We'll be back, I believe, on a different stream link, but hope to catch you guys again here at the E-Rena. We'll catch you guys next time.
If you guys are listening, follow Orange Coast and Butte's social media, because once the link is ready for the stream, we will disperse that stream link to their social media, their IG and Twitter accounts, and they will post accordingly. So watch their social media accounts.
Additionally, if you are a fan of live college sports in general,
yes,
if you're already watching this stream, like and subscribe to the channel, Sportsnet USA 1. The link is already up and ready for the upcoming game between Butte and Orange Coast College. It is up and ready to go, so do be one of those people waiting for that stream. That game will be going on at 7 o'clock, Cerwin?
What is it right now?
6:31 right now.
7 o'clock. So
yeah, on or about 7 o'clock, it'll be up. The link is ready. Like and subscribe, Sportsnet USA 1 on YouTube. And, of course, as Cerwin Haynes said, definitely follow the athletics page for both OCC and Butte. And we'll be back with bonus basketball in about 30 minutes. So, yeah.
Cool. All right, thanks, guys.